Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Battle for Azeroth video. If you guys don't know, I actually do a lot of Vengeance Demon Hunter play on Legion. I've done high-level Mythic Pluses, I've done raids as Vengeance, I've done high-level RBGs as a flag carrier as Vengeance. And I've really played that class quite a lot, and I really haven't shown it a whole lot on my YouTube, but it is something that I'm interested in. So I actually had a chance to play Vengeance Demon Hunter on the Battle for Azeroth Alpha, and there's been some significant reworks to this class. Even though it's kind of like short in quantity, but the overall change of the way you play the class is very different, and I want to talk to you guys about it and show you what's so different for all those Vengeance Demon Hunter players out there. This is a really big deal, okay? So basically what they have done is they have combined 4 abilities into 2 with your 2 talent changes. So Fracture and Spirit Bomb, that build is so relevant. It's pretty much the only build you really play as a Vengeance Demon Hunter on live. What you do is you would basically go with Fracture. What it does is it shatters 2 lesser soul fragments from a target, and then Spirit Bomb, once you get to 5 soul fragments, or up to 3 soul fragments, sorry, on the alpha, but 5 on the live servers, you actually consume that, and then you explode for a huge amount of AoE damage, and that's like your rotation, right? So you would get, like, say, 3 targets together. You would keep up your Sigil of Flame, you would use your Immolation Aura, and then basically you would get these soul fragments out, consume 3 of them or 5 of them on live. You would fracture them out, and then you would consume, and you would just do a huge amount of AoE damage. You just continue to do that in repetition, right? But the problem is, guys, and this is something that I've been dealing with, is the fact that they have changed Fracture to replace Shear. Okay, so Shear was your main builder ability, now it's Fracture if you choose to take that. And then with Spirit Bomb, that replaces Soul Cleave. It's not in addition to Soul Cleave, it's replacing Soul Cleave now. And that's a really big, worry to me, because I feel like, sometimes it was good to use Soul Cleave because Soul Cleave would give you extra healing. But, and having like Spirit Bomb in addition to that would allow you to have all sorts of different ways you could do damage, or if you needed to be like a little bit more tanky, less damage, you could use Soul Cleave and heal yourself up. But I think that it's bad to combine those abilities because it's really important to have several different abilities. And I feel like my overall kit, like these are all the spells that you can actually have down here. There's really nothing else, and I feel like Vengeance Demon Hunter kind of lost a lot with this different rework. I can see why they want to combine this, but I also don't feel like it's good to replace abilities. I feel like it's good to add abilities into the overall kit. But that's just my opinion, guys. What we're going to do for this video is actually change it up a little bit. I'm going to be playing a dungeon with Bajira, and we're going to go through Atal'Dazar right now, and I'm just going to let you guys form your own opinion about how the Vengeance Demon Hunter plays. If you do play it, I'm sure you guys can definitely offer your opinion. But regardless, guys, let's just jump into it, have some fun, do some dungeon, and then leave a comment down below with what you think about this dungeon. Alright, guys, let's just go into it. So right here, I'm actually going to reduce the game sounds in a second, but as you can see, like, this is really the entire rotation. You just Spirit Bomb, and you can put down your Sigil of Flames with your Abyssal or your Infernal Strikes, and nothing's really crazy there. I gotta reduce the sound real quick right before we get into this. Alright, here we go. So I really can't say that there's a whole lot of like difference in the abilities because there's not new abilities, but it just feels like overall you're not getting a whole lot out of like being able to be a really good Vengeance Demon Hunter. It just feels like there is like a limit to what you can do, and that's why I do get kind of sad about it. So just my opinion, but regardless, whatever. All right, let's see. I will say though that it is pretty cool that you can actually get more damage out of using your demon spikes. I felt like on my Vengeance Demon Hunter I really lacked a lot of like using my demon spikes, my overall like tank parry chance. You actually gain agility from it, so you get 15% parry chance, you get armor. Oh wow, they changed this. What the hell? Okay, never mind. Completely disregard what they said. So a couple days ago, actually, that's super weird that they would do that. Hold on, I gotta put down all my Sigil of Flames. But basically what Demon Spikes did, it increased your agility. So as you can see, like, there are definitely still changes going on with the alpha, but a couple days ago, Demon Spikes would increase your agility by like 15% or something. So you were incentivized to use Demon Spikes while you were doing damage, which I thought was pretty cool, but whatever. I guess that's not in the game anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and Sigil of Flames this up. There's Sigil of chains this up, I mean, and then put up our dots, and we're just gonna be using Spirit Bomb. So really, like, all the rotation is you just put Fracture down, and then like you keep these mobs grouped up, and now you can see there's a little number over my Spirit Bomb, just like there is on live. You consume 3 fragments as opposed to 5, which I think it should be 5. I thought 5 was better, because 5 allowed for 1, more damage, and 2, like, you had to manage your fragments a little bit better. This feels a little bit more face roll, whereas you can just press like 2 and 3 when they're available, and you really didn't have to think much about it. But regardless, it is what it is. So, as you can see, we got through that without really any challenge at all. Alright, so we're going to put down... interrupt that. Put down all of my dots. But I guess, like, if you are playing a tank, I would say that Demon Hunter is probably the easiest right now on the alpha, because, like, you don't have to do a whole lot, to be honest. There's not a whole lot to do. You just press a couple buttons. When you're in trouble, you press Demon Spikes, and that's really it. Like, you'll keep up your dot. There's not a whole lot to say there, guys. Alright. And I feel like pain is completely irrelevant during this spec. Like, it doesn't matter how much pain you have. You don't have any way of spending it. Like, your Spirit Bomb is 30 pain, you know? It's not that much. You don't use Spirit Bomb enough to really, like, have to worry about it. And also, you don't have Empower Wards anymore, guys. So you don't have a way of using your Power Wards, or Empower Wards, to get less spell damage, which really kind of sucks. Alright, so this pack is going to take a long time because of those bulwarks. You can't actually interrupt them, which sucks. Alright. Alright. So now all we do is we move. Oh, there's stalkers. I guess those are like stealth mobs? Alright, let's see if we can kill this. See if we can kill this guy before he... Oh, no, people worked again. Alright, pull these guys out. Yeah, really all it is, guys. Fracture, Spirit Bomb, keep up your Sigil of Flames, Demon Spikes when you're in trouble. That's really it. So... But we don't have magical reduction anymore, which does lose a little bit of mitigation, I would say. Definitely kind of frustrating in that regard, but because it always sucks having an ability pruned. Like, it just always does. It always has and always will. But it is what it is, I guess. So how this boss works is all we do is we kill these reanimation totems, and then we end up like fighting this boss, and he goes into like a phase 2 burn phase, and throughout the burn phase, he will basically put down a bunch of boogers on the floor, and you obviously don't want to stand in the boogers, and you do want to get far away from, or you want to like rotate them around the map, around the boss zone. And interrupt the boss on cooldown when you can. This is a cool dungeon. I've done this one the most out of all of them, so alright, we're going to tank him over here. Put down all of our Sigil of Flames. Get Fracture going. We can use Metamorphosis, but Metamorphosis is kind of irrelevant since we don't, like, we never really run out of these Lesser Soul Fragments, so it's kind of irrelevant to the playstyle, to be honest. Alright, so as you can see, boogers are spawning as we're running. Just keep moving the boss every now and then so melee don't have to stand in the boogers. And that's it. Nothing really crazy outside of that. He's already at 40%. Alright, pull him over here. Hopefully we have enough damage to kill him before we have to go into other boogers. Try to kite him slowly. And also, Fiery Brand, unless you have that talent, doesn't actually increase... Like, unless you have Charred Flesh, you don't get any value from using your flame strikes while Fiery Brand is up. And I think that's kind of, you know, that was also a playstyle I really enjoyed about Vengeance Demon Hunter, is like you had this moment where like while Fiery Brand was up, you could do a lot more damage. For all of you guys who don't play Vengeance Demon Hunter, you actually gain damage during your Fiery Brand duration. It's like one of your main defensives, but it also counts as an offensive cooldown because you would do 40% more fire damage, and you could save all of your flame strikes. You could save your immolation aura. Or jump down. Tell them to jump down. You could save, you know, pretty much everything to be able to do the maximum amount of damage, and you don't really have that anymore, unfortunately. Alright, so here we go. Here's the second boss. Basically how this boss works is every now and then he will actually... every now and then he's going to use his... I think it's like Terrifying Visage or something like that. And how this works is very simple. You actually just have to hide around the pillar. I'm not going to be able to do it this time. It's actually a pretty hard mechanic because you can't run into the middle where all the bones are. And he will fear you for 5 seconds. If you do get feared, it sucks because you will run into these like little bone piles, and these bone piles will spawn ads. So it's actually not very fun. Not very fun. It's hard, that's for sure. But it does spawn a lot of ads, which does create a lot of DPS. So I can't really complain about that part, but as you can see, the ads go down pretty quickly. And then he also does a fixate. So here's the Terrifying Visage. All you do is you run around the pillar and you don't get feared. But he does do a fixate where he will run at one of your teammates. Like he's pursuing the hunter right now, so he'll just run at him. Just very simple mechanic. And if he catches him, he'll devour him. As you can see, the hunter's being devoured right now because he can't kite. And the hunter's almost dead. But outside of that, really not a big deal. So as long as you tank him on a pillar, it's pretty easy to get out of that fear. I'll go ahead and use Metamorphosis here. Why not? Doesn't really do a whole lot though. Shear upgraded to Shev. It upgrades your Shear ability to Sever, but that doesn't work while you have Fracture, so that actually doesn't really matter at all. And that's the boss. That's the whole boss, guys. Okay, so now we're going to be going to the third boss, which is going to be the Golden Priestess. I'll explain how that works once we get there. Oh, those are some good boots right there. Alright. I think this is going to be like the equivalent of Maw of Souls whenever it comes out, because it's actually a really short instance, and I think people can get to the point where they do clear it very, very quickly. Jump up here. I'm gonna head to the fire boss. The fire boss is cool. The whole like transition in the fire boss is cool because there's like an obstacle course as well, and I think that's cool. So, all right, got this trash pack. Oh, I'm feared. Oh, we pulled more. We pulled a lot more. We might wipe here. I'm feared, so it's really unlucky. Alright, let's go ahead and top this. Oh, okay, badge use fear. Alright, now what we're going to do is after the silent, we're going to Sigil of Change. Alright, Sigil of Change now. Nice, we interrupted him. Okay, I can't interrupt that one though, so I'm going to get feared again. I didn't have any more interrupts. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and interrupt that guy over there, maybe. Maybe not. I could just tank him over there. Alright, good. But yeah, as you can see, guys, but if you're paying any attention to my rotation, it's super simple to do this. To do this rotation, and it really takes like no worries at all, honestly. Alright, so here's the obstacle course. A lot of you guys are going to die to this in the Battle for Azeroth launch. Whenever the fire comes out, you instantly die if you're standing in it. So you have to dodge it. You have to go up sequentially. If that's a word. I don't even know if that's a word. You have to wait for the fire, wait for it to end, and then you can go up. Alright, cool. Alright, so here is a big trash pack. Pull this guy, pull this guy. Alright. Alright, there we're good. This is a big pull right here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of blood pools spawning on the ground. How this works is actually very simple. So this boss is going to do a couple different things. She's going to spawn a lot of glowing golden balls that roam across the room. If you stand in those, you die. And also she's going to spawn these blood pools, as you can see, and cast an ability called Transfusion. Alright, so Transfusion is going to hit all of the targets in the party. If it's a golden Transfusion beam, that means you're going to heal the boss as you're being transfused. But how you counteract that is you stand in the blood pools. So there'll be 5 blood pools. As you can see, there's 4 on the ground now. Or 3 on the ground right now. Alright, there's the 4th. And then there will be a 5th. And she'll cast Transfusion right now. So everyone has to get into a blood pool. And basically cause these beams to turn into blood. When they are blood, they do not heal the boss. But if they're gold, they heal the boss and the boss takes longer. And that's not what you want, right? So... Alright, but yeah, all you gotta do is avoid these. And she also does the Gilded Claws. The Gilded Claws basically increases her physical damage, her melee attacks, but you can purge it, so it really doesn't mean a whole lot to good groups. They'll just purge it instantly. But yeah, so Transfusion, what you want to do is you want to get into one of these blood pools, and then it turns that golden beam into blood and does not heal the boss. I don't know if it does damage to the boss, though. I'm not sure. Alright, so Gilded Claws, this is where I will be using a defensive. Sorry, brain spaced out. Alright, Transfusion. Stand in this one, and we're good. Oh, I think I took that Warlock's one. Oops. Yeah, this boss takes a long time when people don't know how to do it. Just because it heals the boss, right? Alright, so here's Gilded Claws. It was purged immediately. Doesn't do anything. I think even I think it's the Fell Hunter pet that's purging it too, which is funny. Alright, Transfusion. Alright, got the blood one. So, good to go. So Gilded Claws, immediately purge. This boss is pretty simple. All the bosses in here are actually pretty simple. They only have like 2 or 3 mechanics each, which I mean I guess is pretty normal for a dungeon boss, right? All right. So now we're moving to the last boss, and that one is also very easy. As long as you have good, strong DPS, the last boss is very, very simple. But that's pretty much the whole instance outside of that. I mean, that's like we've killed all the trash, except for that guy up there, which you don't have to kill. Oh, that's the entrance. I need to go this way. You go to this waterfall, go up there. There's the last boss. She has a lot of health, unfortunately. As you can see, my 2 DPS actually died to the fire. I'm telling you guys are going to see so many people die to that. That's a lot of people.
I need to get closer.
Alright, this is a minor obstacle course. All you gotta do is avoid the spiders and you won't take any damage. It's really not that hard. I don't know how he's mount. Oh, wait. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I forgot. I don't have that mount. They like put a mount on your bar that you don't have. And pull it. Alright. There's the Soul Rend. It's on Bajir. He's moving quick. Look at him. He heroic leaped away. That's good mechanics right there. Good stuff, Jackson. He even put him in the corner. And now he's killing him on his own. That's good stuff right there. That's what I like to see, bro. I won't wipe you, I promise. Alright. Got the interrupt. Here's the spiders. And the spiders move around. I don't know if they fixate on a target. I've seen that happen before. Alright, here comes Badge again. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Badge. That's what I like to see, bro. Mechanics right there. Alright. Boss is at 66%. Got the interrupt again. Good stuff. Alright, so it's on the druid now. We're going to move the boss farther away. Okay, so you can see all the spiders are moving and have that purple globe around it. That means that they're going to do damage to you if they reach you, so not good. Alright. We're going to move this way. Alright, Soul Rend is on the hunter. And it's dead. That's good. Almost dead. I think you can also trap and fear the soul fragments. So if you even wanted to, like what you could do as a Mythic Plus group is just trap it or CC it, and not even worry about damaging it at all. And then say there's 3 or 4 up at a time, you could just use your use a couple burst cooldowns on the on them and kill them. Really easy. Yo, I got some bracers. Check that out. Look at that with a socket. Hell yeah, man. Big gear right there. Titan Forge. That was good. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below with what your thoughts are on the Vengeance Demon Hunter rework and how the different abilities have changed. If you enjoyed this video, you got some value out of it, be sure to hit a thumbs up and support the channel. And you can also subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet to keep up to date with all the Battle for Azeroth videos. I'm releasing 2 a day right now, and that's really, really strong. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys all later. Have a good one.